Yo guys, and welcome back to the Shirtless channel, where we don't wear a shirt and walk around and say really smart stuff that can inspire you to better your life. Okay, I have a good subject for today, something that I've been thinking a lot about for a long time, and just lately, these last few days, I've seen like other people I look up to and admire talk about this concept. So it's about how to change people. And I'll say right away that you can't change most people's mind, their opinion about stuff. No, you just can't. Like remember, since I don't know you, who you are, I can't take an example from your life, but say for me, for instance, I believe in God now. I'm 100% sure about it. And I used to be like this hardcore atheist, even getting upset at people believing in God. Well, like, why? How could you give me your arguments? Give me your arguments. Prove to me that there is a God. And you can't prove that there is a God. And I didn't want anyone to prove it to me either. I just wanted to feel smart, just strike them down. Well, I believe in the big flying spaghetti monster too. Yeah, there's just as much proof for that. Blah, blah, blah. I wouldn't have changed my mind. No one could change my mind. No words, no arguments could change my mind about this. But then something happened to me. My life just changed. Not over a day, but very quickly. When I started having those panic attacks and having to actually fight for my life every day, I found God on the way. And I can't put it into words. I can't explain to anyone why they should believe in God. I can just put out there what I've been through, and maybe that will make you see something. Because you got to see it for yourself. That's the point. Know the truth for yourself. You know how I keep saying on this channel, I don't want to be your leader. I don't like giving specific answers about a lot of stuff, because I don't want you to do something or believe something just because I said so. Then you're just doing it because I said so. I want you to do stuff because you know it's the right thing to do for yourself. But of course, the whole reason I have this channel, social media presence, is of course I want to change people's minds, inspire people to be better, But that's the cool thing about my YouTube channel. I don't have to have an argument with every single person watching the videos. I put it out there, what I know, and you take it or leave it, But so if you want to think strategically about it, there are ways. You can change people's mind or their opinion, but it's up to them in the end. But the best strategy is never to try to argue with them about it. Like with the fasting, you get so questioned about the fasting. I barely, I love talking about fasting to someone who wants to learn about it for real, but most people just want to question it, and then they want to win the argument against you about it. And it's never me who brings up, if someone says they're on a cut, say that someone is on a cutting on a daily caloric deficit. I know some people working out, so that could happen. And I don't immediately start going when they say, oh, that's so dumb, you should be fasting, bro. Oh yeah, oh, you're stupid. This is why the fasting is much better. Let me tell you exactly why the fasting is much better. Do you think that would work? But now I've even reached a level where I'm just annoyed when people want to argue about stuff that I know are great, things I know are true. It's fine for me that not everyone believes it. You can go away and do your thing over there. Stop making me defend it. But that's the cool thing. You lead by example. That's the point here. You will never be able to change someone, but convincing them to change. Like if you're convincing them to do something, they're not really believing in it. They just do it because you say it. But you can be the perfect example. You just show them. It's exactly like with the children. You can't behave one way and tell kids to behave another way. Monkey see, monkey do. You have to lead by example. You have to act in the way that you think others should act. And, not all will come around because of that, but some, they're going to see for themselves that wait a minute, this guy, like take me for instance, I remember who he used to be. He used to party a lot. He did have a little beer belly. He didn't look too healthy. It doesn't surprise me that he's saying that he was really depressed, you know. I'm depressed. I'm kind of like how he used to be. Maybe he's onto something. And then they come to me. You know, it's never people around me, you know, some people, you know, that are friends with or know family and stuff, you know, they just cheer me on and think it's cool that I'm doing my own thing. But it's a lot of the time, it's people close to you that, of course, there's the one you have most emotion in your relationship, or how to put it, you know. Of course, you want your friends to be on the same boat or train or whatever as you. But a lot of the time, you know, it's not the people closest to me. They might accept that I'm doing this and everything, but, you know, they don't get convinced. They don't want to do it. But it's the random people in my life now, you know, with the social media and stuff. And I mean, not random, but like very spread out people. It's never someone I came to say that, you're dumb for doing this, you should do this. It's always people who've just seen it for themselves, what I'm doing. So a funny little anecdote that kind of has to do with this. It's a little other thing, but how I managed to change someone's mind by really not trying to. So it was, it was last summer, I guess, right before I started with the fasting and stuff, but I had already come pretty far with my training. And I was abroad with my choir for a big competition, and so this was the morning after the afterglow. It's probably the night I like partied the hardest the last 2 years, and even then way less alcohol and stuff than I would have back in the day. But so we're sitting there, last hotel breakfast, you know, eating the eggs and bacon, and somehow the subject of gun control, you know, if guns should be legal to own for regular citizens or not, came up. And you know, they all Swedish guys, we're so politically correct here. I guess it's a big thing in the whole West, but you know, it's so typical to say, oh, those Americans, they're so crazy with their guns, and yeah, obviously they are wrong and we are right. They haven't really thought about it, you know. Just assume this opinion given by the media and such. And so I just say something like, you know, I don't see why, just because some people are bad, why I shouldn't be able to protect myself and my family. You know, I say something like that, and they get very surprised that I don't agree with them about the guns, and they start questioning me so much. And one of the guys, I could tell he had been watching someone, some edgy liberal YouTuber or comedian or something, and he tried to, so you're saying it like this, but the other hand, he tried to, you know, own me with the facts and logic trademark all the time. And the cool thing was, I didn't care about convincing them. They can have, like most Swedes, have their super politically correct opinions. That's fine. I'm used to it. And so the cool thing was, when they kept it, I tried to, like, not end like, let's stop talking about it, but that was my attitude. I was just having my egg and bacon and avocado, you know. I was hungover. I just wanted to chill. But they questioned me really hard, kept going, and I never even tried to make good arguments. I was just like, no, all the things you're listing there, I don't see why I shouldn't be able to protect myself and my family because of that, you know. To each his own. I kept going like that. And the cool thing was, so just one of these guys, we're a big choir, end up traveling in different small groups, you know. And one of these guys, we had company on the way back. And it was cool. Like he, after maybe we'd been sleeping on the plane or something, I don't remember, I just remember some hours passing by. And the cool thing was, he changed his opinion on it. Like, not fully agreeing with my argument, but I don't remember exactly, but he was like, yeah, I guess I could see in some situations how, like, he ended up at least changing his perspective, if not changing the opinion fully. So you see that, how cool. I could have never, why would I start to bring up stats and argue about the numbers and stuff? You know, they already have they're not going to buy that just because I Googled something. look at these numbers. They already have, it's so emotional. You know, everyone, when they think they have facts and logic as a basis of their arguments, a lot of the time it's just emotion, and the facts and logic are the cherry-picked stuff that sounds good, sounds like it's reinforcing their opinion. No, when leading by example is what you gotta do, and it's the same with the women. If you're someone like the incel type, or not necessarily an incel, but you know, kind of identify with that line of thinking, and you think women are just awful today. I mean, maybe you're right about some of that, but look at yourself. How are you behaving? Are you inspiring women to be better with your whining and complaining about them all the time? You're whining like a little bitch. Well, what do you expect women to do? Be better than you and be just like, yeah. No, they won't. If you want women to behave well, you have to behave well. You know, there's no thing, and that's the thing with some people I know who are doing this whole sleeping around with women stuff while they think women who sleep around are sluts. You know, they're never going to end up with a good woman. It's impossible. It's impossible to live your life that way and just magically some great woman. Why would she be with you? If she is a great woman, she wouldn't want to be with a slut maker. Like, yeah, a whore boy, you know. Yeah, I had some things came up. So before I knew I was talking about this subject, I know there are other little stories I want to get in here. But the leading by example, yeah, but I mean that's what you should do. The perfect parent, by the way, that's something. You know, I would love to talk about my childhood more, but I also feel a little bit like I want to be a bit general about it. I mean, I'm on good terms with my family, but my upbringing was not good. You know, I was very damaged from it, and the thing was, let's just say this: my parents always tried to control me. You know, they didn't show me how to do it. They were just angry if I didn't do as they said, and try to, with like punishment and stuff, force me to do stuff. And I just felt like they hated me. Like how can they not understand that I want to do this stuff? They don't even show a slightest hint of understanding me. They are just angry and try to force me to do stuff. And you know, my mother was so afraid I was going to end up becoming like her. You know, depressed. What's the word I'm looking for? I mean, up and down with the depression. Not caring about school, skipping school, starting drinking early and stuff. And you know, I had, because when I was really small, I really looked up to my dad, and he started drinking late, and I wanted to be like my dad. So even when I started get traumatized and you know things weren't great, I held on to that thing for pretty long. I hung out with people that started drinking, but I didn't want to. And so I remember one time when my mother, when I had been out, she accused me of wanting to go out and you know get drunk or something. And this, I remember how furious I was. That it doesn't matter if I behave well, I get shit for it anyway. And you know, why even bother with not drinking then? Okay, let's do it. So you see what I'm saying here? It's the parent situation. But when you try to force someone and in that way and control them, you end up just scaring them away. And it's the same. I have a buddy that he's smart. You know, he's got a good opinions about lots of stuff, but he can't let it slip. If someone says something that goes against what he believes, he has to get really, oh no, why do you think, don't you see that's stupid? You should think of it. No, this is the right way. I'm telling you the right way now. This is how you should think and think. Yeah. And you know, he never convinced anyone from that. You know, the only people you might convince with something, it's someone you know really well, so you have that kind of jargon, you know, you talk that way to each other. But to people that aren't that close, and even many people who are really close, you're never, by trying to force them to change, doesn't work. Yes, and that's why, you know, I love helping people. I love giving people. Like I say, I've spent hundreds of hours just talking to strangers about how to improve their lives, And yeah, I love it. But I'm all done with do you know how many times it has happened that someone comes to me and tells, yeah, I'm in such a bad spot, man. Like I got fat. I don't really have a job. I'm afraid to go outside because I think I'm too ugly, you know. And I give them these really tiny steps to follow. Like, well, why don't you start doing this right now? You go on a walk, that's 30 minutes every day or something. You do 20 push-ups, 3 sets, you do blah, blah, blah. You just set this little habit to start. I promise you, it's going to make you feel so much better. Do you know how many times I give them that tiny, tiny suggestion? And they're like, no, I think I'm not going to do that. But do you know anything else I could do? Yeah, and when they go like that, I don't want to, you know, I just say that, but well, I'm telling you, it's never going to get better if you don't do these things about it. It's never going to get better. I'm not going to convince you anymore. Now you know my opinion about it. And sometimes those people come around and come and tell me, yeah, I actually did what you said and it's working out for me. And sometimes they just go away. Yeah, lead by example. Show them the way. You never try to force them to change. Show them what's the right thing. And not everyone will come around, but those who are ready to receive this will come around. Oh, yeah. That's no good. Sorry about that. I don't have many minutes left. Longer video, I guess. Yeah, I was going to talk a little bit about the cut in the beginning. If you're someone who's still around here, I can tell you it's the second fasting day this week. I actually think, not right now, but tonight, these every other day fasts are tougher than the 72-hour fast, because remember, I deloaded into it and I just felt great and was very well rested when I started it. Now I do this very tough workout that I do after having fasted for like 36 to 40-ish hours. That's tough in and of itself. And then, you know, you get taxed afterwards too. So we'll see. I feel like, I can already see, I think you probably can't in that way. I know I look pretty good right now and even before this, but I can see now the waist is where most of the fat has disappeared now. I think next is upper back. Kind of learned where I store body fat, in what order, you know. No, but I kind of feel like being more ripped than I've ever been, like ridiculously ripped, but it's so boring to cut in a while. It's a little exciting doing it like this week of eating every other day. It's a little cool project, and you know, it's something for my CV, so to say. It's people actually do get, even though if they are not impressed with the fasting, people do impress that you can do that stuff, and you know, they can see if I looked like a total wreck, they wouldn't. Yeah, once again, if I show them, you know, yeah. Now, so we'll see. This week out, eating every other day. See how we go from there. Maybe eating daily, but with some longer fasts, but not every other day. Yeah, we'll see. But guys and gals, lead by example. All right. If you think this was a very good message, you should like the video. Maybe comment and tell me, wow, that's really profound. Let me tell you about this person I changed. I would love to hear similar stories of how you inspired other people to change. And subscribe. We're gonna, I'm in a good flow. I put out many videos now. So in the meantime, I'm gonna go take a bath before I start work. So awesome sometimes with this work in my schedule that I can get in some nice sun and bathing. But yeah, peace.